In this new Congress, we are beginning to empower and tip the balance back to law and order and to the men of law and order and away from those who have been allowed to just get away with impunity with crimes. My next guest has introduced, I think, one of the most exciting pieces of legislation in the new Congress. It's called the Punishing Illegal Immigrant Felons Act. It does exactly what you think. Bringing in right now the man who's behind that bill that's got so much buzz this week, Congressman Brad Knott from the great state of North Carolina. Sir, good to have you on.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Well, you are the man behind this piece of legislation. I've heard about this more than any other thing this week. People are just really buzzing about it. I know you ran on this in your campaign last year. Tell us what this bill does and what its likely future is in Congress.
Great. We absolutely. This bill, like you alluded to, sir, it's one more tool in the chest to fight illegal immigrant criminals. Of course, being here illegally is a crime, but there are many, many, many who come here illegally to commit crimes, and then they return to the country to commit crimes after they have been deported. And right now, the law does not have a sufficient hammer to deter this. And so really, the Punishing Illegal Immigrant Felons Act, it gives law enforcement the ability to efficiently investigate and prosecute anyone who's here illegally who commits felonies. And again, right now, that deterrent and that efficiency is not within the law. And so we're closing the loop. The president has done a remarkable job on his side, and it's time that Congress does the same on our side.
Yeah, that's such important. And I think if I remember correctly, it's a minimum of 10 years in prison if you commit a crime while you're here illegally. So it puts a big penalty, right?
Yeah, so I can run through the specifics of it. So there's anywhere between 20 and 30 million illegals here. And the law says if you are here illegally and you commit any felony, that qualifies you to a new charge if you're convicted, 5 years up to life in federal prison. If you are deported and you return here illegally a second time, even without any criminal conviction in the United States, that subjects you to 0 to 10 years in federal prison. See, right now, it's only 0 to 2, regardless of your criminal history. And that's the big problem. And then the third point of this bill is if you have a conviction in the United States for a felony, then you are deported. If you choose to come back to the United States illegally a second time, that qualifies you for a 10-year minimum and up to a life in prison. And the effect of that is really this. There were times when I was investigating in my previous job, my previous career, where someone would finish a prison sentence and they were deported. Within 1 month, they were back in the United States committing new crimes, selling drugs, selling humans, sex trafficking, human trafficking, firearms trafficking, committing fraud, stealing tax dollars, whatever it was. And rather than having the ability to just efficiently arrest them and sentence them once they were convicted, I had to redeploy resources to investigate, to gather evidence, to show that they were committing heinous crimes, and then give them the sentence they deserve. In my opinion, if you are here illegally and you want to commit a crime, there should be a heavy price to pay, and that's what this act does.
Yeah. And I failed to mention this, but you spent a large part of your life in law enforcement in prosecution. You literally saw the day-to-day impact and also the impunity that these repeat criminals have for the law. They don't care because they know they're walking out again.
That's right. Again, when you have an illegal reentry statute that's currently the law that caps your sentence at 2 years, that is no deterrent. I mean, people get arrested for illegal reentry. It takes about 12 to 18 months to get the case through. They've only got 4 months to go once they're sentenced. That's just, it's laughable. And when you look at the toll that illegal immigrant crime has on our country, we have to tighten this up. We have to add more tools to the chest. The president is doing phenomenal work with his efforts to identify and root out the most dangerous. Now we've got to make sure that those folks, once they're deported, that they do not return. And if they do, it's a quick hit and they're gone. So it's an important bill. It will be effective. It's very, it's tailored with the law enforcement in mind. It will enable them to very, very readily and effectively fight illegal immigrant criminals.
Yeah. I literally this week, I was with several members of Congress for dinner the other night. Everybody's talking about it. It just has such common sense to it. And it fits perfectly into the other things that are going on now. We're building that wall. We're getting the deportation machine going. It's exactly the missing piece in the war against illegal immigration. And you brought it to bear. And also, you got a lot of people buzzing in Congress. It's got momentum. So great honor to have you on the show.
Thank you for letting me come on. We'll come back anytime, and I appreciate the work that you do, sir.
Back at you, sir. And welcome to Washington. Great to have you here. A lot of fun.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, sir.